Passenger Palaver. One morning when the Fat Controller arrived at the sheds, Percy wasn't feeling very well, so the Fat Controller sent him to the steamworks to be mended. Your system's gone out of order, Percy. I will send you to the steamworks to get mended.
Oh, okay, fine,
said Percy sadly. He did not like being unwell. Toby and Daisy were most worried. Meanwhile, the Fat Controller asked for Bear to take Percy to the steamworks. The other engines felt very sorry for Percy. It was not nice to see another engine become unwell, especially when it's your friend. Percy isn't feeling well and has been sent to the steamworks, said the Fat Controller. There are no other engines available, so I'm asking you to work together on getting his jobs done. When the Fat Controller left, Thomas, Toby and Daisy thought very hard about how to do it. This is very difficult work, said Thomas. How are we supposed to do all of Percy's work as well as our own? I know what you mean, Thomas, said Toby. But we need to work together like the Fat Controller said. If we don't, this whole branch line will go into shambles. Even if it would mean no one to do Percy's jobs whilst he is away. An idea flew into Thomas's funnel. Why don't we split Percy's jobs between us, he said. Daisy and I can take Percy's passengers. Toby can take the trucks. That way we put our buffers into it. If we all work together, the branch line will be hard at work more than ever, said Thomas.
You think so?
Asked Daisy, who was entirely unsure, although privately she wanted to help Thomas and Toby with Percy's jobs. Of course I think so, said Thomas. And not only that, I know so, he put in. Toby and Daisy knew Thomas had a plan up his buffer. So they listened carefully. It's settled then. Thomas and Daisy, you take Percy's passengers, as well as you deal with the trucks that Percy has to take. Thomas and Daisy agreed with said plan. Daisy said she'd take the milk, whilst Thomas would help with the cattle trucks, whilst Toby is at the quarry. All three engines agreed to said plan, and the plan was in motion. Operation Take Care of Percy's Jobs was a go.
The engines worked like a team. During the first few
days of the weeks. But over time, it got too much. It even reached a point where there was one passenger too many on the platform for Daisy to handle. So that was when the Fat Controller decided that they needed help. Well, probably just as well, thought Thomas. If we needed help, then we'd get it fast.
Now what? We're stuck.
Although that was to change for the better. Or so they thought. Oh, not this diesel again, groaned Thomas. He was rude to the other engine since he last came. You know this diesel, Thomas? Asked Toby. Well, as a matter of fact, Toby, I do, grumbled Thomas. He was the same diesel who was rude to my friend when he last paid a visit here. And to top it all off, he boasted that his type knew everything about handling rolling stock. Well, that accident with the trucks proved him wrong. We never failed to keep up with our standards, you dirty little puffball, said Rudy at last. Besides, you just gotta move on with the times. Abolish steam for once and for all. Free the age of diesel. You steaming vagrants don't even know what's going on. Toby was shocked and very offended. I personally offended Rudy. And yet that kind of attitude is uncalled for. Either you refrain from that kind of attitude or the Fat Controller hears about it. But Rudy was having none of that, and yet his boasting reached a point where it sent the other three engines crossly to sleep. The next morning, Thomas was in a bad mood. Just wait until I catch that diesel again. I'll give him a piece of my mind the very next time I see him. I knew that were most worried about what Thomas was thinking about. And perhaps that he did what they could to reassure him.
We all make mistakes.
Assured O'Danny. Agreed Clarabelle. Thomas felt much better when he heard O'Danny and Clarabelle's good advice. However, his mood soon changed when he saw Rudy violently reversing backwards with his long rake of coaches. Oh dear! What a horrible engine! The coaches squealed. Oh! Do you know what's happening, dear? No, I don't. Good grief! Squealed Thomas. I'm not an expert, but these coaches should be treated with respect. Annie and Clarabelle agreed with Thomas. Oh, I know how to handle coaches very much, Pipsqueak. And yet, there's one thing you should know. You're not the boss of me. At last, the passengers boarded the train, and Paxton arrived feeling extremely worn out and red in the face. Rudy, I might be a diesel and may not pull them, but I think you could tell that these coaches should be treated with respect. They're very old, you see. And the fact is, they're only coaches after all. Oh, I know how to handle coaches, thank you very much, Paxton, said a rather cocky Rudy. Now would you get it out of my way and make way for a proper passenger diesel? Ah, nothing to it, said Rudy. I can pull the coaches, no problem.
Oh, you've got to be joking.
Diesel knew that voice. It was one of the passengers, and then a load more passengers joined in. And as his
Maybe you'll
face
consider what you've done.
turned from
You'll never get away with
smugness
this.
to
No.
horror, and all my passengers swarmed round him like a bunch of angry bees from their beehive.
This is such a terrible railway.
Even yet, it reached a point where the passengers all complained to the flight controller, who tried everything to calm the situation down himself. Now, I understand you're probably all upset by what you've experienced, but don't worry, we will assure you that this won't happen again.
Then the fat controller turned to Rudy and spoke severely to him. I shall talk to you later. And at that moment, he did. I do not appreciate my engine speeding with their passengers, but sir, it was no tale was Rudy. He heard about it, but sir, yes, he heard those coaches. Enough! You'll go back to the other railway immediately. Then the flight controller turned to the other engines. However, this time, he was smiling. And you have all been really useful engines despite these errors. And I can assure you this won't happen again. I presume the flight controller was right, don't you?